Hi, I'm Hal Johnson from Body Break, and you normally see me giving fitness and health tips and being very positive, and I'm going to be positive now, but you think that Body Break was started because of fitness. Well, it wasn't. It was started to combat racism. That was the number one reason that we started Body Break, Joanne and I. It happened back in April of 1988, and I wanted to be a sports reporter, and I went to TSN, and they were very open to see me. I went in and submitted my tape. They loved it. And I got hired by Jack Hutchison at 11 o'clock in the morning, and he was very enthusiastic about me joining TSN. At 2 o'clock that afternoon, I got a phone call, and he said, sorry, but the higher-ups said because I'm black and they already had Mark Jones, who's now with ESPN and has been there for many years, because they already have a black reporter, they don't want to have two black reporters. Jack was almost in tears, and he was very, very apologetic. And I was obviously very disappointed. The next month, I then subsequently met Joanne, which was my good fortune and my good luck. And we started talking about doing something in television together, something fitness or something, along those lines, because Joanne's background. But then on June 8th of 1988, I was doing a commercial. And that commercial was at Woodbine Racetrack. And there was three of us. There was myself, a white young lady, and a white guy. And we're rehearsing cheering. And then after about a half hour of that, just ready before we were going to shoot, the assistant director goes to the director and says something. And then the director tells the white guy and white girl to switch positions. So it's myself, the white guy, and the white girl's on the end. So at lunch, I then talked to the assistant director as we're in the buffet line. And I just tapped him on the shoulder and asked him, why did you switch the two of us? And he said, well, he laughed. He said, well, the client really didn't want you next to the white girl because, God forbid, somebody might think you're with the white girl. And then he chuckled and laughed and then turned. And I didn't get mad. I just thought about it. And my dad had always told me, never get mad at something, because when you get mad, you can't find a solution to it. So that afternoon, after lunch, I took a piece of paper and I just wrote out kind of a storyboard. And I thought, how can I change things? How can I make that we can all live, work, and play together? And there won't be this attitude that white and black and Asian and persons with disabilities and male, female, we all can't be together. So I came up with this idea, and the idea is Body Break. And that was really the formulation of the idea. I then took it around after Joanne and I had produced this, which we had no production background at all, but we took this around to 42 different companies and were turned down by every one. But then I went to TSN again, and I saw the program director this time, a different gentleman, and he loved the show, and I was excited. And he said, yes, we'll take it. However, the problem is you're black, and the young lady, I remember him saying, the young lady is white. And so we don't think the Canadian public is ready for a black and white couple together. And so I thought about that, and he said, if you change the white, if you change the person, your part to be a white gentleman, we'll take it on the air. Well, I went home that afternoon and I looked at the phone and thought, who can I call? What can I do? Who can I call? What can I do? And after a half an hour of chanting that and looking at the phone, I yelled over to Joanne, who does the fitness and multiculturalism for Canada? And she said, Participaction. So I then picked up the phone, called Participaction, had a meeting in 2 days, and within a very, very short period of time, we had a contract for 6 episodes, and then we subsequently did 65 for Participaction. So it was, without that TSN spawning me to think to go that route, without the racism that they displayed, without the racism of June 8th of 1988 by that client at Woodbine Racetrack. All those little things created Body Break, and we're happy to have hopefully given health and fitness tips to Canadians for 32 years, but also enlightened you that we all can live, work, and play together, regardless of our ability, disability, or skin color.